I do live in a condo, so my space is limited. So I have chosen my gallery wall to be the backdrop for my Christmas tree. And the first thing I would say when it comes to setting up your Christmas tree is lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I decorate my Christmas tree. Number one, foundation. Finding the right location in your house that's going to complement the tree, and the tree is going to complement the space. To kind of cover up major gaps, you want to spread it out to make it look as full as possible. And the areas that we cannot completely, we will fill it with ornaments. Open up all the pine needles and spread them out as much as possible to give you the best foundation to add all your ornaments. And open them up in different directions. You can have some going up, you can have some going to the side, some going in the center. Because if you leave them all flat, it's going to look very unnatural and not really appealing in my opinion. I've already spread out all the pine needles and I've spread out everything to make sure I filled in as much gaps as possible and making it look as natural as possible. Once you've done all of that, now it's time to start decorating. I put my garland up first, and I know some people start with ornaments, some people start with certain different other things, but I start off with my garland because I want to make sure my setup is nice and clean, and then I can work all my ornaments around my garland instead of putting all my ornaments up, then putting my garland, then it can be a nightmare because then now you have to start shifting ornaments around to fit your garland. So that's my suggestion. Start with your garland first, make sure it's exactly where you want, and then work your ornaments around it. I personally like it going kind of like at an angle and just kind of just looking like it's kind of wrapping around perfectly. But you want to have enough space in between each one so that way you can fill your ornaments in between and not make it so top heavy, bottom heavy, or center heavy with the garland. You want to make sure it's spread out. And step back to make sure, okay, you see it's crooked, so that means I kind of have to bring it up a little bit and bring this side down a bit. And sometimes you just might have to use the pine needles to kind of hold things in the area you want it to. And just remember, step back to get a better look. So you got my top, center, and then you have your final row. And now you're ready to put on your ornaments and fill in. I always start off with the bigger ornaments first to kind of start filling in, because remember, if you start filling in just randomly putting ornaments, when it's time for you to put in the bigger ornaments, you won't have any space because you've already filled in the gaps with a bunch of other ornaments. So you want to make room for the bigger ornaments first and work your smaller ornaments last. What you want to do when you're putting in your ornaments, you want to just kind of bend the tip up to make sure that the ornament stays on. So you have your ornament and you put it on. Then you just kind of bend the tip up, the wire up, so that way you can guarantee that it will stay on the whole season and will not be easily knocked over, you see? So yeah, obviously this is not where I'm gonna put this, but just wanted to show you that. I want to make sure that each side is as diverse as possible, so that way every time you look on your tree you see something new. So try to avoid having the same exact ornaments near each other, because look how weird that would look. It would look side heavy. And so you want to spread it out, have one ornament, the exact same ornament, one on each side, especially if you have your tree in a space where it can be seen from all angles. You want to take your same ornament. So if you have, let's say for example, this triangle and a circle, you want to make sure that you have a circle here, triangle here, triangle here, circle. So that way you alternate between the different ornament styles. So that way each side is diverse. That's my really big tip, because you can easily have too much of the exact same ornament in one spot and it can look a little, I don't know, boring. And just kind of you can tuck your ornament in slightly just to make sure it's not like dangling out. It looks more natural on the tree, nice and tucked in. Some people like their tree lightly decorated with ornaments, and some like it fully decorated like I do, especially when I'm going with a one color scheme such as white with a little bit of silvers and golds. I like it to look full and look very Christmassy and very winter wonderland without actually putting flock on my tree, because I want to be able to change it up in the future if I choose to do so. So yeah, we got our ornaments. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get our fillers and fill in the gaps into places where we want to fill it in, but also give it a little bit more kind of just jazz it up a little bit, make it a little blingy. We can't forget our little acorns. Acorns are great to give the tree a nice natural look. So I use the acorns to kind of fill in, to make it feel like I just picked this tree out of the forest and just chopped it down and kept it in its natural state, but added my own little ornaments. So acorns are great to kind of add and fill in, but also give it a more natural look. Guys, I'm gonna find where the little pointed ends are, and I'm gonna add some bows on here. And I know this probably already look like I can stop here, but guys, I'm going for the full effect of winter wonderland and just filling up my tree, because that's how I like it. So going to add bows, and I actually did these bows myself. This was a DIY project. If you stay tuned to the next video, I'll show you how I do my bows and how you can do bows for gift wrapping as well. It's time to put in your skirt. Some people do this first, but I like to do this last, only because sometimes you'll get some shedding. The tree still sheds, and you know, the glitter coming off the ornament falls to the floor, so you get a lot of dust and all kinds of mess down here while you're putting this up. So that's the reason why I put the skirt last, because what I'll do once I'm done putting this up, I will sweep and then I will put in my skirt. I want to make sure it's beautiful, that the color scheme at the bottom also coordinates with the rest of the tree, and that's by making sure all your gifts are wrapped with the same wrapper in the color of your choice, hopefully matching the color scheme of your tree. So that's what I'm gonna do. So right now I have some boxes here that are already pre-wrapped and they're empty, nothing in them. So that's the trick to always making sure you always have a tree that looks well decorated, is making sure you fill it in. So I have at least 3 of these empty boxes as starters to have under my tree until I start purchasing gifts and putting under there. So now that we have our boxes under the tree, we have to decorate. So now I have some extra little decorations here. I like to put this under the tree. A light on the inside, so at night you can see it. When I have extra ornaments left over, I get like these little vases, which you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I just fill them up with some extra ornaments that I had left over. Kind of mix it up with different types so that way it look more festive. Let's do the little one and white one on top. So we got that. I don't know if you noticed a theme. I like things to be balanced. And whatever you want to just kind of decorate those boxes. Are recyclable. Usually I use these every year. It's the same decor all the time. So I just simply place it sticky here. Tree topper. And of course you can put any kind of tree topper you want. You can put a bow, you can put a star, you can put an angel, you can put a doll, or you can choose not to put anything. But every tree has to have some topper, in my opinion. But you do what you want to do, and to each its own. But how gorgeous is this tree topper? I've had this for several years now, and it's just gorgeous. The beads on there, I got that from Big Lots many years ago. I'm just coming in really quickly to let you know that my shop, She Got Joy, is officially open. It's faith-based apparel for both women, men, children, and you'll also find some home decor. You'll also find some accessories in there, and I didn't think there would be any better time to be able to get my store open on time than the month of December, where Christmas is basically to celebrate Christ. But if you're interested in actually purchasing any items from my online Christian-based store, definitely go to shegotjoy.com and you'll get 10% off your entire order when you use the code ROCKYOURJOY 2020. Definitely take advantage of it while that offer is still going. You'll find the link down in the description if you're interested in checking out my shop. So don't hesitate to follow me on Instagram, which is at She Got Joy on Instagram, and also don't forget to follow my personal page, which is she.dynamic. Anything that you end up buying, please do tag me. I would love it. By the way, this is one of the items I sell as well. I forgot to tell you, I sell jewelry. And how cute is this bar chain? It says Psalm 19:14. But yeah, so that's just one of many items that I have in the shop. Definitely check it out.